one of the car thieves was doing, where he would steal a car, right? He would steal a brand new car, then he would buy a salvage one just like it, right? A junk car, and he would take the VIN numbers from the stolen car, put it on the junk one, and push the junk one out in the street. Department of Sanitation would come along, cancel the alarm on the car, right? Sanitize it. The car would go to a junkyard, but they're canceling the alarm on that stolen car, right? He's now, then he just gets a phony title and registers the car because the alarm's been canceled. This is before Carfax and everything else. And, you know, we pick up on this on the phones. And I'm like, how the fuck does he know how to do that? And I go, he's got to know somebody in sanitation. He has to. Someone had to have explained. You can't do it now, so whoever's listening, don't try it. But I'm like, how did he fucking figure out how to do that, right? I figure out that he's renting a garage from a sanitation worker. So I'm like, all right, motherfucker. So we take down the case. We lock everybody up and stuff. He's going away for murder and stuff, and he won't give up the sanitation guy. They grew up together, right?
Right.
But I knew the guy's name, or the first name. And 7-8 years go by, and I'm in my office, and a sanitation supervisor comes in, and he's in our office, and I don't think anything of it, and I hear my sergeant, the guy had, I'm not going to say it, but the guy had an unusual first name, and I went, motherfucker, it's him. It's him. So I go, did you used to own a garage on such and such a block? He goes, yeah. And I went, you son of a bitch. And I just thought, the guy turned white. The guy was like, because he's figuring, that guy's in jail. That's 7-8 years ago. This is over with. Right. And I just jump up. It's like a psychic. Just thought, like, you know, I know you did this. I know you did that. And the guy just turned pale white. Now, I'm retiring soon, right? So I'm telling the guys in my office, listen, I'm retiring, but you got to do something with this guy. The guy died a month later.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Well, I guess he got his in the
I
end.
dropped dead a month later.
Oh.
Damn.
It's a wild story, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's nuts. That's crazy how it went from just stealing cars all the way to sanitation and then he ends up just dying.
Yeah, well, like, it's the same, like you said, if I could change anything, it's the same as writing these books. You know, once I write a book, I never read it again or go near it, because I know I'm going to look at it and go, oh, I could have made this funnier. Oh, I could have made that interesting. So it's the same thing with a case. If I sit back now and pull out one of my old cases and start going through it, it would piss me off to no end, because now so much time has passed, and I'm like, why didn't I see this?
Right.
You know when you see, like, on television and in real life, they'll pull cold cases? If you look at something years later or let time pass or another set of eyes to look at it, that's how things get done, because someone go, you missed that. And you thought you checked it, or your mind wasn't taking you in that direction.
Right. They can see something that you can't see. Maybe you're too close to it. Maybe you're too far away from it, you know. Right. All right, brother. Well, it looks like our time is almost up.
Yeah.
I would like to thank you wholeheartedly for agreeing to come on and talk to us for a little bit. You know, it was very, very kind of you to take time out of your day to hang out with us.
No, pleasure's mine. I had a blast.
Hey.
We are just a little podcast that we're trying to grow, and you know, that was really, really cool of you. I really appreciate it.
No, anytime you want to have me come back, or you need like an expert on something or want to run something by me, just reach out.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to, especially with this thing in Texas. I'd love to pick your brain on it.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Hey, thank you.
All right,
Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. And we're back in this motherfucker.
Wow, was that a whole lot of fun, or was that a whole lot of fun?
Holy fuck, man. I just hate the fact that I wasn't able to jump in, that I had to give up my line in order to record. But, oh, fuck, we got to figure this shit out, man, because he's a lot of fun to talk to. I just wanted to jump in there, but I knew that if I jumped in there, I would cut you guys off. And he was just, you guys were just going at it. It was awesome. It flowed really well.
you took one for the team. You know what I mean?
And sometimes,
that was
hey,
really hard.
what the
Really
fucking
hard for you
George?
to do.
What the fuck did George Carlin said when he was hitching for a ride? Sometimes you gotta take a shot in the mouth.
That's right. Sometimes you do.
Motherfucker. Anyway,
wipe the face off and get to town.
now he did say that, you know, he would. I don't know. I guess it wasn't a horrible experience, so he did say he'd come back and hang out with us.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I really want to pick his brain about everything that's happened in Texas. I wanted to get a perspective from a law enforcement, or at least previous law enforcement, someone who's been trained on everything that happened and the horrific atrocity. That it turns out it looks more and more like it was almost not 100%, but law enforcement was greatly to blame on the way things happened.
I kind of didn't want to get into it because but yeah, the more I read about it, the more I find out that they wouldn't go in because they might get shot.
That's a fucking job, bitch.
And that I read, the statement there, and I was like, seriously? And even the guy that used to do America's Most Wanted or whatever, what's his name?
Walsh.
Yeah, he intercepted the similar thing, and he's like, I can't believe he just put it out there like that. We were afraid that we were gonna get shot, so we didn't go. It's like, what the fuck?
I read that and I couldn't even understand. Like, I couldn't comprehend it at first. It just didn't register. Like I guess I didn't want to
believe
to actually read that, because I'm a huge supporter in law enforcement.
Well, obviously,
but to read something like that, it's mind blowing. It really is.
We've worked along the lines with them. I mean, we've worked in a very close field to law enforcement. We've done first responder shit.
Right.
So, and we had nothing but tasers on us at one point in time.
Yeah, for a long time, yeah.
And for a while there, some of us carried. Couldn't get rid of it fast enough, but we carried. So, by the time you guys went through some scarier shit when you guys were clearing those apartments and shit like that.
Yeah, that was a nightly thing. Clearing out crackheads. Clearing out crack houses.
I was in the nice office over there, and I moved on up to the east side.
Right.
Yeah, and I wasn't looking back. But no, like I said, we sort of understand that, and the idea of people running, not responding. I just can't picture it,
Yeah, I don't even. It does. I can't fathom it.
I know that was hard to press.
I know I'm kind of along the lines with you. I didn't really want to broach this, or if I did, I didn't know exactly how I wanted to, because we normally don't talk about things like this. We normally try to keep it pretty happy and upbeat, but
I don't think they've given us a choice. And I think to me what makes it even more painful, the fact that 19 people, 20, is it 21 in total?
I think it's 21 total.
21 in total, but it was like, at first when I was celebrating my 14-year-old's 8th grade promotion, as my Twitter feed started going crazy with all that information, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching him walk down the field, get his little diploma, and I'm thinking, holy fuck, a lot of kids just got robbed out of a future.
Right.
And
I was watching this or reading about it, and my daughter is the same age as these kids. Well,
it hits close to home there for you. Like I said, it's crazy. I looked at the pictures, dude. I was in tears. Lately I've become this cold, numb piece of whatever. I don't know. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But it brought tears to my eyes, and and I don't know. Finally, I was starting to feel better, and then all this bullshit started popping up about how the people that are sworn to protect them failed to do anything. They just stood out there, detaining the parents that were desperate, trying to go in.
You know, I heard,
And that just
I
like
was
stirred
listening
up the
to
pain even more.
I was listening to a news program. Breaking Points did they've done a very good job of covering this and putting it out there and holding people accountable. And they played a audio clip. I guess the video's out there. I don't think I want to watch the video of a father who's screaming at the police officers that they need to go in there. Why aren't they doing something? Why aren't they going in? And while these police officers have their tasers out and have handcuffs, and turns out this father, his daughter was killed when he was screaming at these cops to do something. They could have saved his daughter's life, and it's heartbreaking.
Then
know,
you have
it really is.
You have the teacher that was killed, and then collateral damage. Her husband had a fatal heart attack. So that family right there just lost a mother and a father.
Right. And now there's reports that some law enforcement was going in, getting their own kids out.
Yeah,
and that was it.
I read that too, and you know, the last time we talked about anything close to this is when the shit went down in Florida. 4 years ago. About 4 years ago. You know, like I said, it's really heartbreaking. I mean, the EMS guy that was taking care of this little girl, and the little girl was telling him that her best friend had been shot. And he's like, "Who's your best friend?" And then she says her name. It turns out to be his daughter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I was like, holy fuck. And I'm like, how? Well, I mean, like I said, we work close in something that is very close to law enforcement. And I mean, we work with people that when shots were fired would run in the opposite direction and let the, armed people would run in the opposite direction and let the taser guys.
Right.
So, right. I mean, I know that there is people like that. But 19 motherfuckers, right? There was 19 motherfuckers there. Out of the 19, not one of them had the decency to serve and protect.
I guess it was an off-duty guy who actually was the one who went in. That is what it sounds like. An off-duty border patrol ended up going in and
not even a cop. Not even a cop. A border patrol officer.
Right. Well, I guess I consider them. They're
but what I'm saying is a border patrol is more federal protecting the borders. We have municipal cops, people that are supposed to be doing that job. That so it's not that I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but he wasn't like a municipal cop. He was a federal agent.
Right. It's this is one of those situations where Otto and myself, there's a lot of times where we have difference of opinions when it comes to different things politically. I wouldn't even say difference of opinion. We just sometimes see things differently, and we have communications and we talk about things, and we, sometimes he changes my mind, sometimes I change his mind, sometimes we meet in the middle. But on this one, there's no debate. Is none. This is fucked up.
Because think about it. If that would have happened in one of those places that we don't mention, even though we work in the same field, we weren't sworn officers. I know a handful of motherfuckers that would have gone in.
Right.
And, that includes you and me.
Right.
That it's one of those things that, shit happens to, so I can't see how they would just do that. I don't know. I guess
maybe I'm jaded because I've been fortunate enough to work alongside and walk amongst people who run towards that. That's what they've made their whole life has been towards learning how to handle that and do that, and
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe these Mayberry cops I don't know.
If I was retired, there